Hello, welcome back to another Harper Crochets video where today I am telling you everything I made in the month of March 2023. Very quick bit about how I keep track of my projects. I have this journal here which is broken up into months, and it has a to-do list at the start of each month where I write down all the crochet projects that I want to do and all the crochet projects that I actually end up doing. This diary also allows me to keep track of how long I've been working on a project from days to hours, and also helps me keep track of my emotions for my 2023 mood blanket. Now the main part of the video. What did I actually make? And I'm categorising these into wearables, accessories and plushies because those are the three main things that I made this month. Cue the wearables. The first wearable project of this month I actually finished on the 1st of March, meaning I was working on it for about 1 to 2 weeks at the end of February, but because I finished it on the 1st of March, it goes in this video. And that is this shirt jacket in these pastel rainbow colours, which I absolutely love. I didn't love it while I was making it, but then when I finished it, I just fell in love. It was going to be a cardigan, but I decided I had enough cardigans. I didn't like the way it looked, so I added a collar and a front pocket. I will insert a clip of me wearing it so that you get a bit more of an idea of how it actually looks on. It's a bit shorter than I would have liked, but I would like to block it and see if that sort of fixes the issue. I love the way it's come out. I've worn it several times. It's not the neatest, so if we cut back to me, you can see the stitching where I joined it a little bit, but I still think it's really cute and it's just like really sunny and happy, and it makes me happy to wear, so that's why I love it so much. And that is the first wearable of this video. This next wearable I started on the 15th of March and I finished it on the 18th, or yes, the 18th. And it is a pattern test. It is the Girl Boss Vest by Wool and Buggers on Instagram. I loved making this so much. It was so much fun. So as you can see, it has a red panda on the front, and then on the back this is just so cool. And I've worn this out again already several times. I absolutely love it. It is a lovely little sweater vest and it looks really wide because I made it a bit too big, but I'm really happy with it. Again, I will insert a clip of me wearing it and styling it. I wore this out the other day to a crafty afternoon that is hosted at my local yarn shop, and it was just me and a bunch of old ladies and it was really sweet. And they were getting me to explain what gaslighting and gatekeeping and girl bossing was, and I just thought it was the sweetest thing. But I was so proud of this that I wanted to wear it and show it off. And again, thank you so much to Wool and Buggers for letting me test this. I love it so much. I was so excited to have been chosen. I actually applied because I wanted to make it as a gift for my friend, but then I was like, actually I want one for myself as well. I've only made one so far, but I have started the other one, and that one will be coming in the next few months in my monthly roundup videos. You will see that. So yeah, this is the Girl Boss Vest. I absolutely love it, and it is my new favourite project to date. It fits really nicely, a little bit oversized but really nice. It's so sassy, it's really fun, and I just absolutely love it. As you can see, the pile of wearables behind me has significantly depleted, as this is the last wearable that I completed in March. Now this one, I have had a time with it, I tell you. It was really difficult at first. It's another pattern test. This one is for falling_crochet on Instagram, and again I was so happy to be chosen. It's a beautiful pattern, but I have the only criticism I have, the sizes were not calculated for larger sizes, and I am obviously quite a large size. So there were some difficulties while I was making it with getting the sizing right and the fit right and everything, but Falling Crochet was super nice. They were super friendly. They basically said, do whatever you need to make it fit and then just let me know so I can modify the pattern for larger sizes. They were super supportive, and I have come out with this gorgeous tie front cardigan. It has these lace square details on the shoulders and down the sides. It has this braid stitch effect on the front and the back panels, just to prove to you that it's also on the back. It has a scalloped edge trim and a drawstring tie front closure. Again, I will insert some pictures of me wearing it that I posted on my Instagram and a little clip of me styling it. I love this one. I was really hesitant about this pattern because it looked quite complex, and indeed for me, as like, because I slightly exaggerated my skill level on the application, I said that I was a intermediate crocheter when I've only actually been crocheting for 6 months, but I've crocheted so much I was like, surely I'm intermediate by now. And then I got the pattern and I was really struggling, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I am still a beginner. But it was really like easy to understand in the end. Like once I got my head around what was going on, I could figure out everything, and Falling was so nice and supportive and answered all my questions. It's got these flared sleeves. It's super cute to wear. It reminds me of like a lovely spring day, which it is not today. It's really cloudy and overcast, but it reminds me of a lovely spring day, and the photos that I took were when I was outside and it was a lovely spring day, and it just made me so happy to wear. So thank you again so much, Falling Crochet, for letting me test for you. I hope to test for you in the future again for other patterns that you may release. If you'll have me. I know I asked a lot of questions and that was kind of difficult, but those are all the finished wearables that I managed to complete in March. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I certainly enjoyed making them. I did forget to say, the cardigan that I just showed you is called the Cecily cardigan by Falling Crochet, and that one took me, I think, 4. See, this is why I like this diary, because it tells me how many days it took me to finish it. It took me 13 days to finish. So I started on Tuesday the 7th, and I didn't work on it every single day, but I eventually finished it on the 24th of March. Those are all my wearables. Next, we'll move on to accessories. First up for accessories, I have something that I showed you in the last month's video, but I've made another one. It's exactly the same. I actually don't have the actual one to show to you because I made it as a commission, so I have sold it and given it to the person, but I completely forgot to take pictures of them wearing it or of the product before I gave it to them. So I'm just going to show you the one that I'd already made because it's exactly the same. And it is the Enid Sinclair Snood, which is actually very long. And it's super cute. It's really nice and wearable. I absolutely love it. And it has like the hood effect, which I love, and I made the exact same one. This was a commission from a friend and I'm super grateful to them. This was the first accessory that I made in March, and because I didn't really show it to you in the last video, I'll show it to you in a bit more detail now. So it is 12 rows of double crochets. We have a regular chunky, a tweed chunky, 2 Arans held together, a very, very light pink chunky, a purple chunky, a lilac chunky, a hot pink chunky, and then that same first pink, the same 2 layered up Aran strands, and 2 more rows of the super chunky pink as at the start. And it's super cozy. It keeps you super warm, which you don't really need so much in these coming months, but it's still super cute and I just love the idea. So that's that. The next 2 makes I've finished, but I haven't finished, if that makes sense. So it is these star bags, which I've been seeing all over Pinterest, all over Instagram. This is the first one that I made. It's got a really long strap. So it's like a crossbody bag, which I love. The only reason I say it's not quite finished is because I haven't lined it, which I really should. But in terms of actually like crochet projects, the crocheting of it is done, so I'm including it in the video. And then we have another star bag, which I'm not sure which I prefer. I love the colour palettes of both of them. This was like with an ombre self-strapping yarn, which I actually have behind me. This yarn, so it's like a natural colour changing, which is why the stripes aren't all perfect, but I actually kind of really like that effect. Bear with. This one has a much thicker strap and is a shorter strap as well. As you can see, that's shorter, so it's only a shoulder bag, and again, it's not lined. But the crocheting of it is done, so I am counting it. those are the accessories that I crocheted in March. You can see the growing pile of things behind me that I have flung onto the bed. Let's move on to plushies. I made some jumbo plushies, including this jumbo frog, which I made out of some Hobie blanket yarn, which I got in a previous video's yarn haul. And I made this one singular frog from a 400-gram ball. As you can see, these stitches are absolutely massive, and he's great for a big squeeze or as a pillow, which is what I've been using him for. And I'm not sure whether to sell these and make more, because it would have to be sold quite expensive, or whether to just keep it for myself and not make any more. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you think people would buy this, and how much would you pay for a giant frog with a face? Of course, I haven't added a face because I don't have the materials to add a face. So if you think people would want to buy a giant frog pillow, then let me know and I'll see about making some more. Then we have this next plushie, which was very much trial and error and was completely free-handed, and it did not come out very good. And this is my little PSA that if it doesn't come out okay, that's totally fine. You may recognise it, you may not. This is supposed to be Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, the Disney movie, and it does not look like Stitch. It looks like a bug. The eyes are huge, and it's not quite the right colours, and the ears are too far. There's loads of things that aren't quite right with it, but I love it. It was a great experience of learning. Next time I'll either follow a pattern or I will have learned what to and not to do. Next, those actually were not my first plushies that I crocheted in March. The first plushie that I crocheted in March was a much smaller one, and it was this axolotl following a pattern that I found on YouTube. I will try and link that below, or at least shout out the creator of that below. And it just makes this super cute little derpy axolotl with gills and fins and stuff. It's quite realistic and I really like it. So I decided to look for more axolotl patterns, and I found a less realistic axolotl pattern for a baby axolotl. And I made this little guy, who, as you can see, I attached to a keychain because it's just so small. Like, that's my hand for comparison. It's very tiny. And I thought it would look cute on a keychain, so I put it on a keychain. Then I changed up the yarn, but still following the same free pattern that I found on Instagram. I made a blue and white one, which is slightly bigger, so for size comparison, that's the size difference. So I didn't put this one on a keychain because I thought it'd be too big. And I will be selling both for £6. And then again I switched up the yarn and made, oh my god, I dropped it, a third axolotl baby, which has fuzzy gills this time. I can see these selling quite well as just cute, friendly little kids' toys. They've got little chubby arms and legs, and my mum said the arms look like a certain female body part, which I now cannot unsee. But I have made those, and those will be for sale on my Etsy. Then another little trio of things that I've made are mushrooms. So first of all, I followed a pattern by Crocheting by Zonnie on Instagram, which I love this pattern so much. And it made this quite large, actually, mushroom boy, who has a cute little face, little blushy cheeks, and lots of spots. And then from having read this pattern and understanding this pattern, I decided to make one that was a bit smaller, just off my own head. And this one I freehanded is this one. And if I hold up the other one, you can see that there is a size difference. It's sort of like, I don't know, an older sibling. But this one is just a little bit smaller, has a few less spots, and I really think is really sweet. And then finally, I just freehanded this again and wrote it down, and I kind of think this counts as my pattern because I made it up, but I made it up with influence from the pattern that I saw on Instagram, so I don't know. Let me know if that counts. I genuinely don't know. I made a tiny one, which in comparison to the older sibling is quite little, and in comparison to the very big sibling is tiny, and it's super cute. The spots are just embroidered on, and I haven't given it a face, but he is super squishy and little, and because it didn't take me very long to make, I can sell this for about £5. Moving swiftly on, because I can see the timer on my video recording and this is going on for a while, I made this cow, which again I freehanded the pattern. I've seen everybody on Instagram making cows, and I was like, it's just 2 legs, body, some little arms, head, nose, ears, right? That's kind of simple. Oh, and horns. That's simple enough. So I made this little guy who's not great. The arms aren't stuffed, so they're very skinny. And the nose is also not stuffed, so it's very squishy. But overall, I think it's really cute. We've got this patch which is like a heart shape. And the patches on the back are really a bit too big. It looks like it's got like some kind of cyst. Next, I might as well show you the other cow that I've made. And this is basically the same idea. So again, I didn't stuff the arms, but it's actually turned out okay because it's on a smaller scale. It's got the heart-shaped patch, the little nose. I made the ears slightly differently. Oh, my cat's just come in. Hello. Talia. Did you hear that? Oh, so cute. Anyway, I made this cow for a giveaway winner on Instagram. I do a giveaway every time I hit a follower milestone that I've set for myself. And the person who won wanted me to make them a cow, so I've made them a little cow, and it's in pink and white with little grey horns, and I think it's super cute. Then I also made, again based on an Instagram post that I saw, but not actually with a pattern, this was freehanded, this Wednesday Addams doll, which has this ruffly, poofy, almost like a tutu, which is not meant to be a tutu, but I didn't know how to do a longer skirt. She's got stripy tights and little black arms, she's got a collar and a little face, and she's got her little pigtails as well, and I think this is super cute. Hello, hello. Let me grab my cat. Oh, okay, so a few videos back I showed you one of my cats. This is not him, this is his sister, and she's quite grumpy to be here. Okay, I'll let her go. Now we are down to our final plushie of this video and our final item of this video that I've made, and I made this one actually just yesterday, and that is a little baby Yoda whose ears are quite curly, but if you stretch them out a little bit they sit a bit better, and he's super cute, really, again, really quite small, about the size of my hand. I've done the body in this sort of sandy colour, and I've done the little cuff of his jacket, and then the head in this lovely little mint green, and I just think it's super adorable. And again, I can sell this for £5–10 because it was just really simple and quick, and again I made this one up. That is all of the plushies that I have made, meaning that we are at the end of today's video. Thank you so much for being here, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below any plushies, any garments, anything you would like to see. Follow me on Instagram, I am Harper_crochets on Instagram, I am also Harper_crochets on Facebook. You can also find me and all my products on Etsy, which is HarperCrochetsShop. I hope to see you next time. I am doing a how much yarn I used in March video, which I have the bag with all the yarn labels just to the side of me here. So I can't wait to show you that. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.